Ladies and gentlemen, it's Wesley from Wesley's Beats and Wesley's Beats Radio. And today I'm coming to you with another exclusive interview from Kiana Savage. Kiana, how are you?
I'm good, Charles. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I thank you for taking time out to spend a few minutes with me and share your story.
Absolutely. Thank you for giving me the time and the platform.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so can you again tell everybody your name, where you're from, and a little bit about what you're doing?
Okay, well, hi everyone. My name is Kiana Savage, and I am a entrepreneur and community advocate. I am from Virginia Beach, Virginia, currently living in downtown Norfolk. So two up, two down.
All right. All right.
Shout out the DMV.
Right, right.
Yeah, so basically, I have a business called Holistic Hustle Society, and we teach people how to heal holistically through music and art. And we really want our hands in the community first and foremost. So we partner with a lot of nonprofits, local businesses,
Okay.
and our goal is basically to incorporate music into holistically healing and becoming whole as one person. There's multiple ways. When people typically think of being fit or being whole as a person, or one way to do that, it was only physical,
Right.
but we focus on all five areas of your life, which is mental, spiritual, emotional, physical, and financial.
Absolutely.
So,
Yes, that's it.
yeah, a little bit about us.
Right, right. Okay. So I hear you got books, you've written books?
Yes, I have. One of the books I wrote was the tracking journal. And what we did was I created this sobriety tracking journal to help those who are either starting their journey to a sober lifestyle or who are already on their journey.
Right.
And we've partnered with Prolific, which is a counseling and crisis center at downtown Norfolk. And what we are doing is going to give them that sobriety tracking ebook. And
Yes.
then we're going to sell it through KDP on Amazon and TikTok Shop. But that book was really special to me because it was something to help me with my journey.
Uh-huh.
And I love different quotes. So the book has quotes in it, and it's a little different because it is a journal, but there are quotes that's inside of it. There's kind of like a mood board that tracks how you're feeling each day as you're going through it.
Right,
So
right.
that one was really fun to create. But another book that I actually, not actually, but another book that I've written is The Stop Sign in Your Mind.
Okay.
And that book isn't published, but I wrote that with the inspiration of my mom behind it. And at the
Mhm.
time, I had a fitness business, and fitness has been a part of my family for a long time. But my mom has struggled with losing weight,
Okay.
and it just made me think that there was something else that she's struggling with because you can go on Google or YouTube and find exercises and you can know how to do it. It's not due to a lack of information, but it's due to how the information is being processed.
It's being processed. Right.
So
Right.
I wanted to learn a little bit more on motivation and what would actually help people to create that change. And I end up learning that the necessary tools, one could say, to be motivated, God has already instilled it in us through our neurotransmitters and a
Right.
whole bunch of science.
Right. Right.
But when you read the book, you can see that, and you can see the system that He has placed in us, and then use that to start your new fitness journey. And so that's something I'm really proud of because I wrote that with my mom in mind. So yeah, those are two books of mine.
Okay. And those are great books. I mean, because you talk about the journal, but whatever you go through in life, somebody else is too. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So even though it's your personal story, it's gonna touch a lot of other people because it's also their story, you know.
Yeah.
And when you're talking about fitness, everybody wants to be fit, whether it's gain weight, gain muscle. lose weight, whatever it is. But
Right.
we're only used to going to the gym. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So to be able to touch on a deeper level is like really that really opens people's minds to
Mm-hmm.
it's not about the gym or it's not about a weight loss pill. Like you said, everything that you need, God has already given you. You
Right.
know, it's tapping into that. And
Yeah.
I commend you for doing that because that's next level. It's
Thank
not
you.
what people normally think of. You're
Right.
tapping into some usually areas that people don't tap into. So if you're able to teach people how to tap into those areas, then that's going to make a lot of a difference, a big difference in how people see fitness. For
Mm-hmm.
one, it's going to change the way they see it. So
Right. Yeah, and
yeah,
that's the goal because it's way more than just going in the gym. I want to teach people that movement in itself can sustain you. Eating the right foods and nourishing your body can sustain you. Opening and expanding your mind can sustain you. Having
mhm.
like emotional intelligence, like all of these things, they all because I've heard this saying, and it's how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you take,
That's right.
like yeah, when people don't have discipline, it's more than likely you can see that in all areas of their life.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
we're trying to incorporate and get people to see that this is a whole like idea concept. This is a lifestyle change. This is like who you are as a person. It's not a fad. And we truly want everyone to get 1% better in each of these areas. And with action, like with strategic and actionable steps, one can
Steps.
actually do
Hmm.
that to where
Right.
each part of their life they are getting 1% better. So
Right.
for sure.
And that's it, one small step at a time, because a lot of people, they set a goal. They set the end goal, you know,
Right.
and not the small steps all in between that end goal. And then they'll start out on a journey and then they don't see the end result, when they
Right.
think they should, and then they quit.
Right.
So just being able to bring it to them on a step by step level, I think you can have more people accomplish their goals
Yeah,
doing it that
absolutely.
way. Yes,
Hmm.
yes. So
Thank
those
you.
are some wonderful things that you're doing. I'm like proud of you. I just met you, but I am so proud of you
Thank
uh,
you.
because it's not just that you're doing it; it's the things that are really needed. These
Yeah.
things are really really needed by like so many people. You
No, for
know.
sure. Yeah. And
So
speaking of things that are needed, one of the things that we have coming up is going to be our Imagine Thinking workshop. And that
okay,
one is going to be with Prolific when we were talking about giving them the uh, sobriety tracking books. We also have PNC coming to help teach with financial literacy because
okay,
once people stop, personally, in my experience, once I stopped, spending money on things that I wasn't supposed to, I had more financial freedom to spend money on what I should have been and
right,
investing. And so, it's really cool to see how everything ties along. And my one of the branch managers at PNC, that's where I opened my business bank account, and we got to talking and told her what we're
okay,
doing for the community. And I told her I personally feel financial literacy should never be charged. I feel like if you charge anybody to learn about financial literacy, you are a capitalistic meanie pants.
right,
And, and
right,
that concept should have been taught in school. So that's one of the free, like when we do free workshops, that's definitely what we're doing is teaching people financial literacy. And it's really organic because it's everybody that I have worked with that has helped me step by step create my business and make the foundation for it. They're the ones that want to help me. So I'm like, you
right.
guys help me and I'm helping you guys. So it's really great. They've been trying to get into the community and with events, and we're collaborating. So that's really exciting. So
It is, and when you're doing things for the community, and you can see the changes, within the people within the community, the way they're lives start to change and take shape.
Yes.
Um, because I help mentor a young boys group
Oh, I
from
love that.
third grade to 12th grade.
Beautiful.
And, that's one of the things that we teach. We have different speakers that come in and talk about financial literacy. You know,
Mm.
that's one of the big things because, like you said, they're not taught in school. And if they don't have a person who's really financially literate, they have
Mm-hmm.
no one to teach them, you
Right, that's
know.
for sure.
So it's like you say, they get money, they spend money, and they never save money, they never invest money. It's
Mm-hmm.
just water through their hands.
Right,
And
exactly.
if that's how you start, just like you said, whatever one area of your life is, the way it is, that's the way all of your life is.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a pattern. So to be able to teach people, and it doesn't really have to have an age to where people can learn.
Right.
Everybody needs to know.
No,
Everybody needs
exactly.
to know.
Everybody. This is something that everybody needs. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, I 3 words is no kids anthem.
Yes.
Tell me what that is about.
So the No Kid Anthem, hold up. How do I surmise it into some words? The No Kid Anthem is a raw, unapologetic truth about what it is like to be a woman. And for me, it's my story of different situations I have been in or seen, and it's so it summarizes why I don't have kids, why I don't want children in the future. And when I
Okay.
wrote the song, um, I was at a point in my life. It was literally December of last year. I wrote the song, and I hope everyone has this confidence too, right?
Okay.
I was telling myself I can do anything I set my mind to.
Right.
And I had my fitness business, and I was thinking, how can I get more attention to my fitness business? And I was like, you know what would be cool? I could write a song and work out to it. And then
Right.
I was like, then I can get royalties and I can make more money, because I was like, I've heard this saying, right? One of my mentors said, where attention goes, money flows. So I
Exactly.
said, oh, I got it. I'm going to make a one-hit wonder, and I am going to work out to this song. That's literally how it came about. And I was
Uh-huh.
like, what am I passionate about? Not having
Right.
kids.
Not having kids.
And yeah, literally, I looked for a beat. To be specific, I looked for a Cash Cobain beat, and that's one of the producers that I'm really fond of.
Okay.
And yeah, it literally just started. It just came out, and then the first bar is 27 with no kids. That's the real flex. And
Okay.
that's how old I was. I just had a birthday, so now I'm 28.
Okay.
But yeah, and that's just how it came about. But what I've been seeing, in hindsight, when I'm writing things, it's all about my life and it's about my personal experiences.
Right.
And when I start writing, it kind of just speaks to me. It's really kind of crazy. Like the beat kind of just tells me what to say. And
Uh-huh.
then when I reflect on it, like truly reflect on like what I wrote,
Right.
then it all really kind of just like makes sense. And then I
Makes
realized that
sense.
there's like a deeper meaning to it. I'm like, what am I actually trying to say? And it's so crazy because it's a really good healing process, because it wasn't until I wrote the song in December, but it really wasn't until like I think it was September to where I was like, because my mom was like, "Who's the song about?" And I was like, "Mom, I don't know. Like, I don't know." And then like one of my exes had hit me up, or had it was funny. One of my exes had seen me on TikTok, and I'm in the studio and I'm rapping the song, and he's like, "Is
Right.
this a diss track?" And I was like, "It's not a diss track." And then like I started reflecting. I'm like, "Okay, really think. Where did you get that? Where have you seen this action happen?" And I was
Uh-huh.
like, Oh, wow. I guess my ex did do that to me. I was in a situation. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So,
right.
but when I was writing it, I'm not like, mm,
Yeah.
he did this. Let me.
Yeah,
It
right.
doesn't come out like that. Like it naturally can't even come out like that. It's just a subconscious thing.
Hmm.
It's crazy to talk
So
about.
he was just able to relate to it. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
that's what I feel because I feel like because the bar is well, we're gonna play it and I'm
Let's
gonna be
take
like
yeah.
that's the
Yeah,
one, but yeah, but that's basically how the song came about. I really, I wasn't this little angry girl writing about it, but it was honestly funny to me. A lot of men have been hitting on me, and I was just like, I turn them down because I don't want kids, and they have kids, and people were understanding.
right.
That like if you already have a kid, you still don't qualify as somebody I want to be with because the kid is there. Because
Yeah,
they'll be
right.
like, I don't want no more kids. We're great. And I'm like, we're not great. You already got a little menace attached to you and a baby mama, probably three.
Right,
So
right. You don't need all of that in your life.
I don't. And but yeah, but with like I was saying, with hindsight, I'm realizing, and this is how I always felt. The song is a representation for women who have a voice. I didn't have a voice for a long time.
Right.
And I have a voice, and it is very taboo of what society would want from me. Society would
Ah.
want me, and it
Mm-hmm.
is pushed, contrary to popular belief. Being a mom is definitely pushed, and it's like moms have it so hard. They're being pushed to be moms, and then they're being criticized for the type of moms that they are.
Yes,
And
yes.
being a black woman, not saying that it takes away from any other races, but in my experience, especially because I am a CNA, I am in the medical field, I see it, I
Right.
just see the medical field and how they treat black people.
Uh-huh.
The pain is not treated the same. There's premature deaths of on both sides. Like the whole concept of motherhood as a black woman is a frightening thing. As for
It's
any
right.
woman, it's a
Right.
frightening thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it's talked about enough. And all of a sudden, it's like women now, my generation, we're just like, you know what? I don't really think that's for us, man. Like it
Uh-huh.
seems
Mm-hmm.
stressful. It's a lot of money. The
Yes.
benefits, it's like, wow, they come in later. They come eventually. Everyone's like,
Right, right.
I want to take my kid back for the world, and like we know that, you know what I'm saying. But
Uh-huh.
I know that like my mom definitely liked me a lot further from time. She
Right,
liked
right.
me more as an adult than she did when
Yeah.
I was a hooligan. But that's
Right,
basically
right.
what the song is. It's just being a parent is hard. I'm just not for it. That's it.
Okay. So let's listen to it.
Let's listen
Okay.
to it.
Yeah, let's listen to it real quick.
Oh,
Um that's an awesome concept too.
thank you. I love this song so much. Keeps me going.
Mhm.
Some slay. 27 with no kids, that's so real flex. No baby daddy, oh no drama, I feel real blessed. These men out here telling lies, thought it was a test. I'm not the one, I promise you can always get checked. What's wrong? Men try to prove me wrong, saying I'll change my mind. They don't know what I be on. I'm on, staying away, it's not on their face, body in shape, having my way, need my space, staying out late, woke up in a different place. I'm trying to have my freedom as long as I really want. Not sacrificing nothing about that sound fun to me. But baby, if that's your dream, I hear not getting no sleep. That's cool, but it's not for me. Hi, and all that talking about legacy don't move me. My bio daddy came around once I was a teen. Most my life he was gone, so what's his legacy? No shade to him. If you hear this, please don't cause a scene. I don't trust them if they say they only got one. Sleeping at your BM house cause you have a son. Stop that capping, you just over there to bust it. They say she's crazy, quit pump faking, boy, you still in love. I never trust a if he pushed his child once. Always in the club looking for his next one. Got kids by all these women, it's not adding up. Cause who would sign up for that just to be a number one? I'm really sick of all you men trying to press me. I'm really out here living unstressed and kid-free. He tried to trap me just to say that he could humble me. Don't need your 50, I already popped that plan B. No kids, we really lit, yeah. Outside, you know what it is, yeah. We got peace, all up in our crib, yeah. Ain't slowing down, I just booked a trip, yeah. You need a babysitter to buy a drink. Can't go outside, guess we'll never link. That's not my life, I do what I think, yeah. Autopilot, you wish you was me, yeah. No kids. Gang.
Awesome. That is awesome. That is really awesome. And you know what? That is has to be the woman's anthem. I'm going to say that's the woman's anthem. But even more than that, or deeper than that, at 28 years old, you know, I commend you for the mentality.
Thank you.
Because it's everything you said. It's hard. It's a struggle, you know, and society does kind of force you into having kids. But listening to you, you realize what the struggle is. It's not the fun. It's not, you know, it's nothing fun. It's a job. It's another job. So you made the conscious decision to not take on that second job.
Right.
which is really, you know, it's not the norm.
Right.
You know what I mean? And sometimes you go against the grain, and I've heard you throughout talk about basically being who you are, you know, and doing your own thing, your own way.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's who I am.
I love that.
Yes. It a lot of times if people think you're strange, or they think you know can't do, only because you're doing something that they haven't tried.
Right.
But I tell people, because they had an old saying, well, you're always out on a limb. You're always doing something crazy. I'm not doing something crazy. I'm doing what I want to do.
Right.
Regardless of what everybody else is doing. Yeah, it makes plenty of sense. Right. Makes plenty of sense.
Right.
And I've been successful at it, you know.
I love it.
But it's like, if you can think it,
you can achieve it.
You can achieve it. That's it. That's it. You know, and that's just how my life has been. And people, you know, they really think I'm a little bit off. I'm not off. You know what I mean? You just don't see what I see.
Right. The whole time,
you know what I mean?
I be thinking y'all are off. Like,
exactly.
I'm like, how do you? Because you know what you see is a lot of people who shouldn't have kids, and I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I just thank God that, you know, you sound like you're very self-aware, and I think that it's really hard for people to truly know themselves. I don't think people spend enough time with themselves to even know who they are, to even know what they like. Right. And it's like, I'm just grateful that I have been blessed and been intentional in that sense, to where I know who I am, I know what I like, and I know that, you know, certain things are just, you know, they not for me. And raising a kid, not only is it a job, it's a serious job. You're raising your goal is to raise a functional adult.
Exactly.
And that adult is going to affect whoever comes into their life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that type of weight of responsibility, I personally am going to pass. But they think you're odd, you know, they think I'm odd, and I embrace it. I'm like, yes, absolutely, cool beans.
Exactly. I do too, because I am. If coming from you, I am odd, you know, but coming from a person who understands living your life on your terms, I fit right in. You know what I'm saying? I fit in. And when it comes to raising a child, that's a lifetime.
Yeah.
You raise a child for a lifetime. And the thing is that, I mean, the way the world is, what you pour into a child is only 10% of what they're getting. So what you're that 10% that you're pouring into them has to defeat the world. It has to defeat the TV. It has to
Come on
defeat the
now.
videos. It has to defeat the outside, the classrooms. It has to be
Exactly.
able to defeat all of that, you know.
Exactly. The
And
other
for a
influence.
child growing up, it's like, okay, but everybody else is doing it.
Mm-hmm.
How
Mm-hmm.
you have to change their mindset.
Right.
And in order to do that, you have to constantly be
Constant.
aware. You have to constantly talk to them. You got to have them comfortable enough to talk to you,
Mm-hmm.
in all different types of situations. Now,
Right.
I have a child. One, well, it's not a child. It's 22, but I
Mm-hmm.
I had him later in life. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've raised 6 children. You know
Wow.
what I mean?
Beautiful.
So all because they just want love. They
Right.
want love and they want somebody to care for them.
Right.
You know, and when they see some children being cared for and loved and can sit on daddy's lap and talk to him, and
Mm-hmm.
other kids want it too.
Right. For
So I do
sure.
have the love inside of me, but understand this, that's a job. Okay,
Yes.
that's a
It
whole job.
it is. It is.
It
And
is.
it's just like, it's just so crazy. And this might sting for some people, and I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it.
Speak your truth.
Maybe because they weren't raised in a two-parent home, they don't know how much work it really is.
Right.
And I think that's what it is. I
Mm-hmm.
grew up to where I saw my mom and my dad work together. You
Right.
would think that seeing your parent, I guess, do it by themselves will even, like, I don't know, condition you like this is really hard. But for me, it was, wow, my mama and my daddy still here.
Uh-huh.
Been together for
Mm-hmm.
26 years in love,
Right.
real love, happily married, never seen my parents fight. You know what I'm saying? I grew up that way.
Right.
And I still realize that even with that beautiful foundation, still hard.
It's still hard.
And that's what really convinced me it's not it. Because
Mm-hmm.
you had, you know, um, most of their disagreements, and not to put my parents' marriage, whatever, but like most of their disagreements when my mom talked to me, it was about the
Yeah.
kids. They
Oh
were
yeah.
great. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? They had their foundation, they were good, and they're forgiving, loyalty, and communication. Those are the three things. You feel me? So,
Mm-hmm.
the kids was really what was like causing the tension. And then not only that, like I personally have been, you know, um, and trigger warning for people. I've been abused as a kid, not from my family or anything like that, but from outside
Right.
sources. And
Uh-huh.
so I was, in my head, I'm thinking my parents did everything they could to like give me the best childhood, and they did, and I still got, sexually abused when I was 12 years old. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just like so many things that like has gotten me to this place because I've seen my parents do it beautifully 4 times. I have 3 siblings. You feel
Right.
me? My
Right.
sister is me, is Ricky, and then there's Ethan. So I've seen them raise kids,
Uh-huh.
and we have beautiful memories. We've I just like my family is like the best thing that has ever happened to me. But if there's one person who always keeps it a band with me, it's my mom. And when she heard my song, she was like, absolutely. And she roots
Right.
for me to stay childless because one, I'm
Uh-huh.
not married. And then
Mm-hmm.
two, she knows how hard it is. And she tells me, I've
Right.
seen it. I've seen my mom
Right.
cry. And there's a lot of things that as a parent, you don't have in your control. My parents didn't
Exact.
have that situation in their control. They were in Virginia when it happened to me, and I was in Michigan.
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not a good person. Not saying I'm a control freak, but I say that kids is just a little bit too much of a serious situation for me to have so many things that I can't control. Like it's a
Yes.
real like you literally go into that situation blind, and you're just
Right.
being taught,
Exactly.
and you have to keep adapting. I'm gonna go crazy.
And
I'm gonna say it now. I'm gonna be
yeah.
overstimulated, rocking somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not gonna make it.
Right.
So, Yeah.
Okay. Well, Kiana, before we leave,
Yes.
is there anything? Because we have some good conversations, and we're going to do this again. Okay.
I loved it.
We're going to do
Charles,
this
you're
again.
a great interviewer.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, is there anything that you'd like for the people to know before we close out this interview?
Yes, I do. There's a couple things. I just want to say a big shout out to one of my sponsors, which is Sonia Newell. She's the owner of the Glow Bar on Granby Street, and
Okay.
she is a juice bar, has herbs and everything. A big shout out to her. She is one of our sponsors. Well, she's one of my partners. I love her, but she's
Okay.
sponsoring On the Ropes.
On the
October
ropes.
19th, this Sunday, I will be on the Ropes. So everybody check it out on YouTube. It's On the Ropes Cipher. And shout out to Sonia Newell from the Granby Glow Bar. I also want to say dates to keep in mind. November 14th, I am throwing a networking sneaker ball. I will
Okay.
not say who's included yet because the flyer is still being made, but it's going to be a great time. We're getting indie collaborators,
Oh,
indie professionals and creative collaborators. And the
awesome.
community involved. We want people that don't get the chance to be under the same roof as these big names, and we're
Right.
giving them a chance to just come out there and network with us and network with
Okay.
them. It's going to be great. It's going to be at Guava, November 14th.
Okay. That sounds good. Sounds
Yeah.
good. Well, this weekend when you're having your ball, your event,
Yes.
celebrate for me. Tomorrow's
Well,
my birthday, so celebrate for me.
yeah, child, this is birthday, y'all.
All right. That's right. Okay, Kayana, thank you so much for
Thank,
spending this time with me. It has been an awesome experience. It has
thank you
definitely
so
been an
much.
awesome experience for me.
My first radio interview, y'all.
Okay, okay. Well, I'm glad to be the one to interview you.
Yes,
Yes,
me
yes.
too.
All right. Well, you have a good night, and thanks again for spending some time with me and sharing your story. Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you, Charles. You've been amazing.